Stansberry.
Good evening, Texas Democrats. Let's try that again. Good evening, Texas Democrats. All right. Let's come on in, everybody. Come on close. Come to the stage. No one's going to bite. Welcome to the New Leaders Texas Keynote After Party. My name is Brian Stansberry, and I'm down with New Leaders Texas. New Leaders Texas is a statewide network dedicated to promoting the next generation of principled, capable Texas leaders. It's great to be in my hometown in Houston after spending about a decade in exile in Washington, D.C. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I'd like to thank everybody who worked hard to promote this event. I'd like to thank everybody in the Democratic Party who works hard every day to bring victories to our state. There are so many wonderful and distinguished guests here. I really can't name everybody one by one. But I did want to say a thank you to one person in particular, Chairman Boyd Ritchie. Chairman Ritchie, when those evil Tea Party winds came a blowing in 2010, and our party was on the proverbial rocks, it was you who held us together. Chairman Ritchie, your leadership and hard work is the reason that we are today here as a party, and we thank you for your service. What happened today, the keynote was very special. It is the beginning of a new era in Texas, and I am glad that this era began while you were still chairman. Thank you, Chairman Ritchie. Now, we're going to get the music on in a few minutes, but I'm going to introduce a couple people and then reintroduce you to a couple of gentlemen from San Antonio that I believe you already know. First, I'd like to invite a fellow new leader up here to tell you a little bit about our organization. He's originally from Fort Worth, but now he lives here in Houston, where he's a partner with the law firm of Sussman Godfrey. Please give it up for Chandler Langham.
Hello, Texas Democrats. I can see in your faces that you are ready. You are ready to bring a new face to Texas leadership. You are ready to see young and dynamic leaders like Castro bring well-paying jobs and good educational standards to our communities. You are ready to see dynamic leaders like Castro. He is fighting to pave the way for economic development in this community. And you are ready to see young leaders like Mary Gonzalez. And congratulations to Mary Gonzalez in continuing the fight for race, gender, and marriage equality throughout Texas. I am Chandler Langham, a board member of New Leaders Texas. New Leaders Texas was started during the gubernatorial race for Bill White. And what we do is we bring young, dynamic, and forward-looking people like Mary Gonzalez, Castro, and Castro to bring a new face to Texas leadership. We are ready to continue to support these candidates financially, morally, and with your support. And Brian Stansberry, our president and co-founder of the organization, his vision helped bring us here. His vision will keep us going, and he will tell us more about how we are going to change the face of Democratic politics and turn Houston blue.
Thank you, Chandler. Thank you very much. As Chandler mentioned, New Leaders Texas began in 2010. In the 2012 cycle, we've endorsed two candidates, Ann Johnson, running for House District 134, right here in Houston, Texas. 75, we endorse Mary Gonzalez. I'd like to talk a little bit about Mary's race before she comes up here. House District 75 is what we call a safe Democratic seat. Whoever won the primary was going to be in the House. No Republican even showed up. But as we all know, it is not enough to elect Democrats. We must elect the right Democrats. No more Braddock Democrats, no more turncoat Democrats. We want the right Democrats. New Leaders Texas endorsed Mary Gonzalez, and because of her hard work and her outstanding credentials as a candidate, we were able to accomplish a lot for her. We tripled our fundraising goals and helped her fully fund her campaign. New Leaders Texas played an active role in promoting their message throughout the state and in El Paso. And New Leaders Texas members such as Kane Janetti, Tom Elliott, Ross Peavy, and Elena White made hundreds of phone calls to voters in El Paso, most of whom did not speak English, to encourage them to vote for Mary and to get them out to vote for Mary. And what was the result? Total victory! And this is truly a historic victory. This victory gives the LGBT community in Texas a place at the legislative table. For the first time since Glenn Maxey left the House, we now have a member who personally and truly understands the evils of denying marriage equality in this state. We have a leader who will say we need marriage equality now, not marriage equality later, not marriage equality when you feel like it, marriage equality now! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Houston, Texas, and the first time as Representative-elect, Mary Gonzalez!
District 75. And we won my race, but the race is not over. Who's here from Houston? Raise your hand. Houston! Houston, now we have to elect Ann Johnson in 134. So let's all get together. I do not want to be the only gay woman in the House, so let's make sure Ann gets here with me. But I just want to thank you everyone for all your hard work. And honestly, it's a pleasure to introduce the next two people who are coming up on stage. The Castros, yes. Julian Castro said earlier today, it's about finding young, energetic candidates. And I'm lucky that Joaquin believes in me enough to support my campaign, because I would not be here without him. So let's give it up for Julian and Joaquin Castro, the face of Democratic policy.
Good evening! How are all you Democrats doing? Are we ready for November? Well, we gave long speeches. I know we've heard a lot of speeches today, so we're not going to talk for very long. But we wanted to say, first of all, thank you to Brian and to the new leaders for all of the incredible work that they've been doing in organizing around Texas. Please help me give them a round of applause. And also to what will be State Representative-elect Mary Gonzalez, the first openly gay office holder from El Paso. Great, going to be a great, wonderful State Representative. And then Julian and I want to say a very special thank you to all of you. You know, many speakers throughout the night spoke about what it's going to take to make Texas a Democratic state again. Y'all know that we are the state that has gone the longest in the nation now without electing a Democrat statewide. And it's the hard work of everybody in this room that's going to change that. And change it hopefully sooner rather than later. And so we just want to say thank you very much to keep believing, keep fighting, and let's go win in November.
Well, you know, my brother is always so eloquent, and I loved his introduction tonight, except for one thing. He said that he's better looking than I am. I'm just kidding. You know, first of all, I also want to thank Brian and the new leaders. They did a great job during this whole convention and with this event tonight. It's great to see y'all. Thank y'all for the support. It was wonderful to come here to Houston and hopefully deliver a message about the Democratic Party coming back in Texas. You know, some folks asked earlier today about whether Democrats should be demoralized because of our position in Texas politics. And I told them that, you know, it's 29-0 in statewide offices, it's 102 to 48, and it's almost as bad in the state Senate. But we got them right where we want them, because we're only getting higher, we're only getting up. All of you go out, wherever you're at, whether in Houston or Dallas or Midland or Lubbock or the Valley or San Antonio or Austin, Texas or El Paso, let's go turn Texas blue. Yeah, so now, relax, loosen your tie, get something to drink and have fun. Thank you.